Right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another second channel video, and as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we are going to be looking at KSI's latest album. This is his second album. It's called All Over the Place. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on it. I didn't actually realise I'm off to the gym later and I'm wearing Sidemen activewear, so there we go. Not even an ad, but there we go. So we're going to be doing a tier list of every single track on the album, All Over the Place. We've got Elite tier, Fire, pretty good, so sort of average. We got Meh, which is a little bit, a little bit hit and miss, and then Shouldn't Have Released. So we're starting with Don't Play, which features Anne-Marie and produced by Digital Farm Animals. I just want to say from the outset, Digital Farm Animals has done an incredible job on this album. I know he's done a lot of the production on this album from that song. I think he's got credits with Holiday, Patience, Really Love. Yeah, really great stuff. So big shout out to Digital Farm Animals there. I'm going to put Don't Play. Oh, that's tough. I think I'm going to put Don't Play in Fire because I don't know. It's tough because I think I'm going to say this a lot. I'd like to hear more KSI on it. I know he's very subtly, he sings in the background, and obviously he does like his verse and stuff, but it'd be nice to hear him sort of interact with Anne-Marie a little bit more, a bit more back and forths and stuff. So there we go. That's going to go in Fire. Flash It, wasn't a fan. Flash It with Rico Love. Yeah, I didn't really like that song, so I'm going to put that in Meh. I'm going to put that in Meh, if I'm going to be honest. Sucks to see, but yeah, Meh for me. Next track we're going to do is Gang Gang. Now, Gang Gang featured J1 and Deno. This is actually the second track J1 did on this album, and I'm going to put it in pretty good. Again, I'm going to say I'd like to hear more KSI because he only did like the one verse really. And then the features did their verses and the chorus and stuff. So yeah, it was a really catchy chorus, like really catchy chorus. I like that. Now, Holiday. It's my favourite. It is. I think it's my song of 2021. It is such a good song. Like, it's just nice to hear, some acoustics, some sort of real instruments. KSI's singing was absolutely on point. It's such a good song. I think it's gonna have to go in Elite. I really love this song. I'm not glad that tracks get leaked, but I'm sort of glad You was leaked because that was going to be the first single from the album, but then obviously they changed it to Holiday, and yeah, great choice there, great choice. Madness, no doubt when you at this, yeah. Madness, it has to go in Fire. It's up there with Domain from his first album. Let me know if you want to see like a tier list of his first album as well, because I've got some thoughts about that. Yeah, it's gonna have to go in Fire. His rap and the flows were really good. I think there was a point in it where he did the same sort of flow as Down Like That, like Visionary Still a Chuckle Me, like that line there. Really great song. I love that. And the live performance he did on the KSI show and Reading and Leeds, just that energy. It's a shame that proper energy wasn't there on the actual recording. I think a lot of artists fall victim to that, where they'll play a song live and then it just loses the energy in the recording. But other than that, track is fire, absolute fire. No Pressure was an interesting one. It sort of had those sort of like reggae sort of vibes, It started with that sort of guitar sort of little hook at the beginning, which really threw me off guard there. That was that was interesting. I'm gonna put it in pretty good because it was one of those songs where KSI puts on like an accent, like what he did with Houdini and Loose. He did that sort of French accent. It was, I don't know what it is, and then that Jamaican accent. I prefer sort of his natural voice, but yeah, I'm going to put it in pretty good. No Time, KSI, Lil Durk, that's a jam, absolute jam. It's going to go in Elite, it has to go in Elite. That song, it's just so catchy. KSI holds his own there. Lil Durk did him nice. He gave him like a really good bar, like a really good feature. The chorus as well with that high bit, like it's just catchy, really catchy. You just can't help but do that sort of dance to it as well. It's sick, love it. You love to see it. Next track is number 2. We're actually flying through this tier list. That features Future and 21 Savage. Now, I really liked Future's verse. I wasn't keen on 21 Savage's verse particularly because after pretty much every other line was going 21, 21, 21. Yeah, we get your 21 Savage. We get that's your stick, but it doesn't add to the song. It doesn't complement the song. Just going 21, 21 after everything. And there were some really, really weird lines on there, like some not cringy, but you know, really cliche. Wearing my mask, COVID-19, and what was that line about stepping on puppies? I'm a big dog and I step on puppies or something. That was interesting. But I really, really liked the chorus of it. But he had some sort of weird double sort of overlaid vocals on it where it like, yeah, he dual, like, it's hard to explain, but do you know what I mean? It's an interesting one. I'm going to put it in pretty good. I am going to put it in pretty good because it's not fire yet. KSI did hold his own there. I think he had a really, really strong verse. But I think 21 Savage's verse really lets it down. The next track, I've actually had the privilege of seeing one of the features of this track live, and that is Youngblood. I saw him live in Brixton in November 2019. Jesus, that was a really long time ago. And he's absolutely phenomenal, absolutely insane performer and vocalist, like really, really good. And obviously it had Polo G on it as well. Like Polo G did like no promo for this track. Like it's like he recorded it and just didn't want any part of it. And his verse was absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. It was such a good verse. It really overshadowed KSI's verse. Again, he sounded like the feature on this track. It sounded like Polo G, or it sounded like Youngblood featuring Polo G and KSI and Digital Farm Animals, because Digital Farm Animals produced this track as well. But yeah, I wish KSI, you know, was a bit more present. Obviously, he did that verse, but it just fell a little bit weak, and the bridge bit was okay. It was okay. I'm going to put it in pretty good because it has got a really, really catchy chorus from Youngblood. Really Love is a really good track. Craig David, you know, he can, whenever he gets on a track, whenever he jumps on a track, he's just absolute fire. I am going to put it in pretty good as well because KSI's first verse was good, but then if I'm being like really critical, the second verse, it wasn't the best, like it wasn't well written, if you know what I mean. It wasn't very well written. I think he can do a lot better, particularly with the Wrecking My Balls, Miley, Making a Storm, Kylie. I don't know, it just sounds a bit, I don't want to sound harsh, but it sounds a bit childish, if you know what I mean. And like, I respect to him because his songwriting and performances have gotten so much better since the first album, so don't come for me. I really rate his artist development and, you know, support KSI all the way. But I'm going to put it in pretty good. Rent Free featuring Gracie. That was an absolute tune. I am going to put that in fire because, yeah, KSI went hard on that. And Gracie's sort of chorus and hook, that was really, really good as well. I've not really got much to say about that. I really did like that song. Silly featuring Bugsy Malone. Now, that's a good feature to have. Really, really good feature to have. I'm going to put it in meh, though. Just out of musical taste, it wasn't my vibe. I don't really like too much sort of grime stuff, as weird as that sounds. You know, I mean, I'm a pasty white kid, look at me. But it was a really good track, but I personally wouldn't listen to it, if you know what I mean. It's just, I wouldn't listen to it. Next track is Sleeping With The Enemy, and it features SX. Now, SX is really good. You can really, really tell that this possibly could have been a leftover SX song from his mixtape or an upcoming release, and then he just said, yeah, KSI, jump on this and we'll put this on your album, because I know he's done a lot of the production from this album as well. It was good. It gave me the sort of songwriting vibes of like Millions from his first album, you know. So it's storytelling lyrics, and I do rate that. It's really good, so I'm going to put that in pretty good. Swerve, I think it's going to be the first one, but it's going to be in Shouldn't Released. Like, it's such a contrast from J1's first verse, which was on Gang Gang. That was such a good verse. He really did. He held his own there. He did really well. But I'm so confident with putting Swerve in Shouldn't Have Released. It was, I think, KSI's worst verse on this entire album. It was really, really cheesy. There was a few cringy moments. The Harry's mum thing, the OnlyFans thing. That was, yeah. Just the chorus as well. Swerve. Okay, Swerve. It fell flat. It really, really fell flat. And I'm going to move on from that because the rest of this album is very, very good. But Swerve, it didn't hit. It didn't hit different. It hit very different, but not in a good way. I'm very glad that Holiday was the first track to come from this album because that was such a great song. And then listening to You, it was, Yeah, it wasn't. I'm gonna put it in pretty good. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna put it in pretty good. The singing was very good. The singing was very good. The melody was cool. It's the main sort of standout point to me. I really like the beat and the production on it, but the rap sort of towards the second half of that track was the selling point for me. I really like that. The lyrics weren't too cheesy. They were sort of straight to the point. You know, you can tell he worked hard on that verse. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that going in pretty good. Now, if I look at this completed list, because that is every track added into it now, am I happy with this? I am kind of tempted to put Madness into Elite, and yeah, I think I am. I'm going to put Madness into Elite. So yeah, there we go. That is my tier list, complete tier list of All Over the Place, which is KSI's latest album. His second album, his #1 album, which is, you know, madness. Madness. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, this is just my opinion. It's just based on sort of my musical taste and preferences as well, so don't come for me, comment section. Yeah, big up KSI. He's doing absolute bits for the music scene, and I am looking forward to seeing him knocking the shit out of Jake Paul, because that'll be fantastic. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video right over there.